Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Anchorage online service. So glad that you're here. I'm Reverend Rachel, and I am the minister here. And we'd like to start very first off with acknowledging that I stand on the traditional lands caretaken by the Dena'ina people, and I stand with gratitude. And so let's go into prayer, friends. We just allow a settling of the body and the mind, setting aside whatever busyness or concern may have been this morning. The hustle and bustle of breakfast and technology and however we slept, just let that settle. Maybe you even stretch. And just allow the heart and the mind to come together in this time as we commune with one another across the miles, knowing our hearts are connected as one always. And so we send out blessings of peace, abundance, well-being to all beings around the world. And so it is. Amen. All right. So you see I got my ukulele out. That means we must be going to have a song. Probably would help to have the next slide. All right. Next slide. There we go. We're going to start my day with Start My Day. All right. And I'm going to make it big so you can see the words. All right. So I forgot to mention last time we did this song. So you're going to sing, I start my day with love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. And then you're going to sing that again. And then you'll go to the love, 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 love part. Okay? I'm sure you'll figure it out. And you know what's great about online church is you can sing as loud as you want and nobody can hear you. Which for people who are shy about singing, that's great. So I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, then feel that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. And feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy and feel that sweet release. Great job, everybody. I'm sure you sounded fantastic. At least you did from where I'm sitting. So next up, we have the absolute word, and Nancy is here to read it to you.
Good morning, everyone. Today's absolute word is faith. Faith. Using divine faith, I easily create win-win solutions. I express my power of faith as my ability to believe, perceive, intuit, and have conviction. I use faith to see beyond or deeper than what is apparent or manifested. I am grateful as I see and act on ever-present good, even when it has not yet manifested. As I faithfully pray, I discern and ground myself in my ever-present and enduring divinity, even through the most difficult circumstances. As I concentrate on harmony and love, I dissolve all thoughts of lack, limitation, and discord in my mind. As I faithfully speak, I use realized words of truth that express my conviction in everyone's fundamental divinity. As I faithfully act, I access my strength and fortitude to surmount any challenges. Grounded in divine faith, I move forward with ease and grace. Using divine faith, I easily create win-win situations.
Thank you, Nancy. So we are going to move into our meditation time. I know, already? Yes, already. Oh, you probably want to see the words. Here we go. Peace, 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 peace. Peace I am, peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. I just invite you to breathe into that. Breathe into that relaxation just a little bit more. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Allowing, just scanning from the top of your head through the body and just relaxing. Allowing the hands to be soft. And the shoulders, the back, the hips, the seat. The legs, the knees, all the way down to your toes. Just allowing, being present, relaxed. Peace, peace, peace. And so we settle further now with the body relaxed. We allow the mind that same rest. If thoughts come, just let them blow on like clouds in a breeze. And come back to center. The center of truth within that is love, that is peace, that is wisdom, that is enthusiasm, that is the truth of who you are, a spiritual being. And notice and relax any tensions or clenchings. Notice and refocus any distractions or concerns. And be present in the peace and the stillness now. Breathe. Be present in the now. And so we just breathe, noticing without judgment if we've become tense, noticing without judgment distractions. Just allowing this time of stillness to be a moment in time to remember the truth of who we are. And in that remembrance, we can call forth our divine love, wisdom, truth, life, love, enthusiasm, passion, abundance, wholeness, health, well-being, all divine ideas from this place of peace, of oneness that is always here within. And so we just take a moment in gratitude, a moment of feeling our truth, our oneness. And we let our heart vibrate with that feeling, the felt sense of appreciation. You feel that sense of appreciation, the sunrise, the trees so tall, a dear friend or loved one. When you feel that sense of appreciation vibrating in every cell in your body, let that spread out, let it shoot out as a big net. Feel the hearts connected across the city, across the world. And so we envelop the world in this net of love and appreciation that we've created. A big hug. And so I invite you back into this space, becoming aware of the room around you, becoming aware of the chair supporting the body. Maybe you wiggle the fingers and toes. You can keep your shoulders relaxed though. And so it is. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. One more time. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace I am. Peace, peace, peace. So let's just take a moment. So yesterday, I got a phone call from a number I didn't know. And since I wasn't doing anything else, I answered it. I know. Well, a lot of us don't even answer phone calls from numbers we don't know. Anyway, it was a political pollster. Now, it was kind of exciting because I'd never been called by a political pollster before. And I was like, do they even actually call people? But they called me. And the first thing they asked was, and I'm paraphrasing because I didn't write down the exact words, but in essence, they asked, do you think things are getting better or worse in America? And of course, you know how it works with a poll. There's no opportunity for clarifying questions. Like, what do you mean by that? Do you mean, all of those things, because I'm not a person who likes questions that are that one way or the other. I'm always in a gray area in the middle, because I can make a list of the ways that things might be getting more difficult, but I can also easily make a list of things that are hopeful and that give me hope for the future. You probably can too. Because I think that we have to look, it's important to pay attention to the things that are the problems on the small scale, but we also have to look at the bigger picture. I was thinking about how if I'm leaving my house and I want to go somewhere else in town, at some point I'm going to have to go opposite the direction I'm trying to go, unless I'm going to the southeast. It's the only direction I can leave my neighborhood and head in and not go a direction that's not south or east. If I want to go any other direction, I have to go backwards at least a little bit to get out of my neighborhood. And that's to be expected, right? And so I think that that's an important part of the perspective of, are we going the right direction or not? That there is, just to get out of our neighborhood, but sometimes we have to go a different direction than we were planned. And so I think the answer to their question has to do with focus and belief. What am I focusing on? Am I focusing on the positive things that are happening, or am I focusing on the negative things that are happening? Both are happening. And I choose to call them positive or negative, right? And so then also, what do I believe? Do I believe that people are good and doing their best, even if the outpicturing isn't how I would think is the best way? Or do I think that people are mean and awful? And to my knowledge, no spiritual leader said that it's always going to be easy. If you know of someone who said that, let me know, but I don't think so. But you know what? The spiritual leaders of all time said, be kind, take care of each other, forgive, don't hold grudges. That's what they said, right? So I've got a little tour of spiritual quotes for you. St. Teresa of Avila said, in proportion as you advance in fraternal charity, you are increasing in your love of God. Swami Vivekananda said, you are part of the infinite. This is your nature. Hence, you are your brother's keeper. Bishop Desmond Tutu said, 1982, we witness, by being a community of reconciliation, a forgiving community of the forgiven. And I saved my favorite for the last. Now, just listen to the meaning and don't try to figure out what a cubit is, okay? Because it'll distract you. It distracted me, at least. This is from the Mishkat ol Masabih which is a 17th century important Sunni writing. And it says, Allah Most High says, "He who approaches near to me 1 span, I will approach to him 1 cubit. And he who approaches near to me 1 cubit, I will approach near to him 1 fathom. And whoever approaches me walking, I will come to him running. And he who meets me with sins equivalent to the whole world, I will greet him with forgiveness equal to it." He who meets me with the sins equivalent to the world I will greet him with forgiveness equal to it. So there's another perspective. So this last week, the Northwest Unity Regional Conference was held in virtual land. And it was probably one of the most amazing conferences I've ever been to. And I'm not just saying that because I planned it. But it was an amazing conference. We learned a lot of skills about growing our spiritual skills and ministry skills. And there was a continual awareness of the intersection of what we are doing as spiritual communities and being aware of social disparities and how we can grow both as individuals and as spiritual communities and reconciling that. Because transforming our collective consciousness, that's the consciousness of all of us and what we believe is true as a group, as a society, is both inner work, right? We grow ourselves, but it's also raising the lived experience of those on the margins. It's really unreasonable to expect someone who is trying to survive to sit in a meditation for 20 minutes every day and just not be bothered by the things of their situation. So Gary Simmons writes in his book, Eye of the Storm, and lots of other places, but I think he started with Eye of the Storm. He said, "No one is against you. No one is against you." Now, I'm not talking about harm or danger, right? But a bear is not against the fish that the bear is eating. The bear is eating the fish because that's what the nature of the bear is, right? So not so good from the fish's perspective. So if you're the fish in this situation, you can get the heck out of town and you should take care of yourself. And if there is harm being caused, do something about that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about be someone or something being against you. And that's what we're going to spend talking about this fall as we're in this time of what seems like the most polarizing time in many of our lifetimes. It certainly seems like that, I think, to many people. So this is the time where we're going to be studying Gary's book, The Eye of the Storm, which is about being, because, when there's a storm, a hurricane, there's a space of calm in the middle, a place of equilibrium while there's all the storms going around, right? And so while there is all of these things going on around us, we can be in that place of equilibrium where we do our spiritual practice, while we do the actions that we feel are ours to do, and yet it doesn't turn into our being pulled and swirled around in the swirl, but that we're in the center. I hope that makes sense, or at least starting to make sense, or makes you curious to want to know more. Because beyond poll questions, beyond this person or that person, beyond this policy or that policy. We are called as spiritual explorers, as spiritual practitioners, to see the unlimited possibilities of the future. The past has happened, and we can shift how we feel about it. We can heal those things, but the future is not set. I have read, and you probably have read as well or heard, there's all sorts of experts out there who are telling us what's going to happen or what could happen, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole genre called dystopian fiction that's really into that. And that's been a very popular genre in the last 10 or 15 years. And they don't usually paint the greatest picture. But you know what's great about those? It's a little bit of a tangent, but what's great about dystopian fiction is that the people come together, and the power to change the world, to save the world, is not in some government entity or some rich fat cat person who saves the world through whatever. It's in each of the people who come together. So there's something to that. I think that's why it's so popular, is because people feel empowered that they can make a difference. And I believe that that part is true, that we can make a difference, because we are part of shifting the collective consciousness. So it's not just about a poll question that's one way or the other. Are we going the right way or the wrong way? It's about, where does my heart tell me is my places to shift the trend? What does my heart tell me is mine to do, to be an active part of shifting the places that I see are not going the way of peace, of equanimity, of love, and change it? And that could be in consciousness, that could be in actual moving and doing something. It could be in donating. It could be in lots of different ways, right? It's not just Pollyanna. I believe that everything's going to be fine, and so it is. No, but that's where it starts. So this season, don't tell me you couldn't use a little help getting staying calm in the midst, because it's been quite an interesting time. We're going to do Eye of the Storm. And so we're doing a class on Wednesdays starting this week. We're going to be talking about it on Sundays, and some of the content will overlap, but it won't be the same. So you can certainly do both. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to learn more about how we can live in the place of the world, or no one being against us, so that we can be more powerful, and how we are able to be change makers. I hope that sounds exciting to you. It sounds exciting to me. I really believe that this is how we change the world. So your call to action, my friends, is hopefully you'll decide you want to join our class. It's going to be part class, part study group, part community. So not just it's not classy class, right? But we're going to learn some great skills, and hopefully you will increase your prayer practice. I think all prayer practice is important at this time. The more the merrier, right? Because that's part of us shifting the collective consciousness. And maybe you take a step in becoming more aware, or learning more about what is not working for the members of your community, and what you can do to help shift that. So that is the beginning, the start, the intro to the Eye of the Storm. And so I have a couple announcements. Like you heard, class is starting this Wednesday. It's 6:30 Alaska time. If you want to join in that class, send an email, or if you're on Facebook, you can send a Facebook message or whatever to the church so I can make sure to get you the Zoom link for that. If you haven't ordered the book, Eye of the Storm by Gary Simmons, I suggest you do that. You can even get an e-version on Amazon. You can have it right away. And also this week, believe it or not, October starts on Thursday. Can you believe it? I know. So October starts on Thursday, and the first Thursday of the month is our Taizé service. And as the weather report is inconclusive and not so great for Thursday, we are going to go ahead and say that we're going to have Taizé here on Facebook Live on Thursday at 6:30 Alaska time. And that'll just be a time of music and prayer and inspirational readings. And if you are in Anchorage, and even if you're not, but if you're in Anchorage, we're going to have a pet blessing next Sunday, because next Sunday is the first Sunday in October. And so if you probably only want to bring your doggos, but I'm going to be at the South Anchorage Dog Park next Sunday, 2:00. South Anchorage Dog Park is at off of Timberline and Clatt. And I'll be there at 2 to 2:30. There's not like a particular time. You can just come by. If you have a shy pet or, a cat, they're not going to want to come to the dog park. You can send a picture. You can bring a picture. You can send them by name. You certainly don't have to come in person, but I'll be there in person, rain or shine. And maybe some of my local clergy colleagues are going to show up. We'll see. It could be fun. So anyway, blessing dogs at the dog park. Good times. And you can even do a drive-by. You don't even have to get out of your car. Your dog doesn't even have to get out of the car, or your pet. Still probably don't want to bring your cat to the dog park. But I don't know. Maybe your cat likes that. So those are the things that are going on this week. And yeah, I think that's probably enough excitement. So, as we come to a close, and if you want to join us for fellowship, we'll be in our Zoom room after this. And if you want to know where that is and you don't get the e-news, send me a message. So we move into our time for our closing prayer. So I invite you to just settle into that prayer energy once again. You can bring to mind anyone who's on your heart today. Just add them to the circle. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. So it is. So if you are a monthly giver, thank you very much for your continued contributions to our ministry. If not, head on over to our donate page and feel free to contribute if that's what sparks joy in you today. And we will see you over in fellowship, and hopefully we'll see you in class on Wednesday, or at Taizé on Thursday, or at the dog park next Sunday. So exciting. Take care, friends. Oh, and of course, here on our Facebook channel, we have meditation at noon Alaskan every day, hosted by me.